New photos of the Chinese J-16 fighter jet stationed at Sheikh Island spark a new controversy in South China Sea. Chinese presence on the Sheikh Island chain is not symbolism, but a specific military strategy. The recent appearance of Chinese J-16 fighter jets on the Sheikh Paracel Island chain marks a significant development. This deployment by Beijing raising concerns among neighboring countries and the United States. The presence of these advanced multi-role aircraft on a remote island base represents a strategic shift with profound geopolitical and military implications. China has long viewed the South China Sea as a core interest, citing historical claims to vast swaths of the region. However, many of these claims overlap with those of Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. The militarization of artificial and natural islands within the area has steadily progressed over the past decade, transforming contested reefs and atolls into fully functional military installations. The deployment of J-16s to the Paracels is the latest manifestation of this strategy, reinforcing China's ability to project power far beyond its mainland. The Shenyang J-16 is a highly capable multi-role fighter based on the Russian-designed Su-30 MKK. Equipped with modern avionics, advanced radar systems, and the capability to carry long-range air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles, the J-16 significantly enhances China's air dominance in the region. The presence of these aircraft suggests that China is not only reinforcing its defensive posture but also positioning itself to exert greater control over airspace and maritime routes critical to global trade. The deployment also signals China's operationalized the concept of unsinkable carriers. By using island outposts as forward operating bases, the People's Liberation Army Air Force reduces the need for aircraft carriers while maintaining persistent air power in contested waters. This approach challenges the US and its allies, who rely heavily on naval power projection to maintain freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. It also complicates any potential military response by regional actors, as a land-based network of airfields allows for sustained operations that do not depend on vulnerable surface vessels. The strategic implications of this move are multifaceted. For the United States, the forward deployment of J-16s introduces an additional layer of complexity to existing deterrence strategies. The U.S. Navy and Air Force routinely conduct freedom of navigation operations to challenge Beijing's maritime claims, but the growing presence of advanced fighter jets in the region increases the risk of aerial encounters and escalation. China's ability to maintain a sustained military presence in the South China Sea enhances its capacity to enforce air defense identification zones, further restricting the operational flexibility of U.S. and allied forces. Vietnam, now a close ally of USA and India, has long contested China's control over the Paracel Islands, views the military buildup as a direct threat. The Philippines, engaged in a separate territorial dispute over the Spratly Islands, may interpret this as a precursor to expanded Chinese military activity in the region. Additionally, Japan, though not a claimant in the South China Sea, is likely to increase its surveillance and security cooperation with the US and regional partners in response to China's assertiveness. From a broader geopolitical perspective, this development fits within China's larger ambition to reshape the Indo-Pacific security landscape. Beijing's actions align with its broader strategy of establishing regional hegemony by creating a security architecture that diminishes the influence of external powers, particularly the United States. Despite these escalations, Beijing has consistently framed its military activities in the South China Sea as defensive in nature. Chinese officials argue that the deployment of fighter jets and other military assets is necessary to protect national sovereignty and regional stability. As tensions continue to mount, this latest move underscores the growing importance of the South China Sea as a flashpoint in the broader struggle for geopolitical dominance in the Indo-Pacific.